Hello everybody, good evening. Good evening guys, let me know if you can listen to me. Hello my dear students, good evening. Let me know if you can listen to me. Good evening. Good evening Varanyam. What about the remaining students? Good evening Brijendra. Good evening Shreya. Good evening Shruti. Good evening all of you. Bhavya, good evening. Good evening all of you. Good evening. Let everybody join. Just wait for one or more minute. Hello, good evening Mansi. So today we'll be beginning with 42nd question onwards. We'll be going to solve it over here. 9 questions we'll be going to do. So you might be remembering one concept. I already taught you this concept that whenever square root of a square is given to you, mod a should be written by you. Square root of a square, if we are writing, mod a, it will be written by us. It might be remembered by all of you. So a problem statement is written over here in the form of passage. A question is given to you. Consider the following function defined by sin x divided by square root of 1 plus tan square x plus cos x divided by square root of 1 plus cot square x. And we do know the value of 1 plus tan square x will be sec square x and 1 plus cot square x will be cosec square x. So the value of fx, the modified form of fx, may be written by us as sin x divided by square root of 1 plus tan square x will be becoming square root of sec square x over here. And cos x divided by square root of 1 plus cot square x will be becoming square root of cosec square x over here. Or we may write fx is equal to sin x divided by mod of sec x plus cos x divided by mod of cosec x it will be. And reciprocal of sec x is cos x we are knowing, and reciprocal of cosec x is sin x we are knowing. So this will be becoming what? Sin x multiplied by mod of cos x plus cos x multiplied by mod of sin x it will be. Is the value of fx we are knowing. Now guys, we would have to look for the sign of mod of sin x and mod of cos x written by us over here. So we do know ASTC rule. That is, in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios will be positive. Second quadrant, sine will be positive, cosec will be positive. Third quadrant, tan and cot will be positive. Fourth quadrant, cos and sec will be positive. So the final answer for this will be becoming sin x mod cos x plus cos x mod sin x for all x written over here. Now if in first quadrant we'll be going to talk about, the mod will be opening with positive sign. This mod also will be opening with positive sign. So fx in first quadrant if we'll be going to talk about, that is 0 less than x less than pi by 2. Now you would have to talk about the domain of function also. Guys, sec x cannot be equal to 0 because 1 upon 0 is not defined, and it is always true. Sec x always belongs from minus infinity to minus 1, closed union 1 to infinity. So that at all not an issue. And cosec x should not be equal to 0. So that is also always true. Cosec x belongs from minus infinity to minus 1, closed union 1 to infinity. Till here not at all an issue. So what we have to talk about, the mod will be opening with positive sign. Even this mod will be opening with positive sign. In the first quadrant if we gonna talk about, so that will be becoming what? Sin x cos x plus cos x sin x over here. And that will be becoming 2 sin x multiplied by cos x. And guys, if second quadrant we gonna talk about, pi by 2 is less than x and less than pi. If it is written over here, fx will be becoming mod cos x will be opened with negative sign. So sin x multiplied by minus cos x will be written by us over here. Good evening Anay. Plus cos x multiplied by mod sin x will be opening with positive sign, that is sin x will be written by us over here. So the final value for this expression will be becoming 0 in pi by 2 to pi. So guys, for this first question written over here, even option B will be going right, even option C will be going right. But the more appropriate one will be option B. Which of the following is true? Now why we are marking B only over here? Guys, this will happen not only for pi by 2 to pi. It will happen after pi if I will add, let us suppose 2n pi if it is given to you. That means what? The positive x-axis we are talking about. And in that if I will add pi by 2 and if it will be less than x, and in 2n pi if we will add pi over here, for each and everything it will be 0. So we should not write it for only pi by 2 to pi. So the more appropriate one will be option B over here. Hope you guys would have got my point. Please comment a yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Comment a Y in chat box if it is clear to all of you. Great Brijendra. What about the remaining students? Are you guys able to understand what did I do? Great Manas, great Shreya. Great Mansi. Great Shruti. Okay, if you guys have any doubt, you can ask it to me. Do you guys have any doubt regarding this thing? Okay, so let's move on to Great Varinyam. Let's move on to the next question. Now they are asking f of x is equal to 0. F of x is equal to 0 is given to you. N is an integer they told. They are asking what will be the value of n x over here. So guys, I already told you ASTC rule. We would have to apply that rule as it is directly. The first quadrant, if we are talking about, all trigonometric ratios will be positive. Sine will be positive in second quadrant. Cosec will be positive in second quadrant. Tan and cot will be positive in third quadrant. And cos and sec will be positive in the fourth quadrant. And we are knowing already f of x was written by us as sin x multiplied by mod cos x plus cos x multiplied by mod sin x it will be. Till here you guys would have got my point. Now most important thing, in each and every quadrant we'll be going to talk about, then we'll be going to write not principal, this is general solutions of the equation. So first and foremost we'll be going to talk about the principal solution. So if 0 is less than equal to x, less than pi, if we are talking about, since all are positive, the mod of positive number will be opened with the plus sign. So f of x will be becoming sin x multiplied by cos x plus cos x multiplied by sin x over here. That will be 2 sin x multiplied by cos x. So that is not 0. So it is not at all a right answer. Now if we are going to talk about second quadrant, that is principal solution. Pi by 2 is less than x is less than pi we are talking about. So f of x will be written by us. Sin x will be written by us as it is. And cos x will be becoming minus cos x over here. Because in the second quadrant, cos is a negative function. Plus cos x will be coming. And sin x will be coming with the positive sign. Because sin is positive in second quadrant. So plus sin x cos x and minus sin x cos x gonna get cancelled. And we will be going to get 0 over here. Now let's talk about the third quadrant. The case 3 will be going to consider. So this is always true. So whenever we are in the second quadrant, that will be the part of our solution. Now let's talk about the third quadrant over here. Pi less than x less than 3 pi by 2. We'll be going to write like f of x will be becoming. Guys, in the third quadrant, sine as well as cos is negative. So the mod will be opening with negative sign. So minus cos x it will be opening with. Which mod we are talking about? The first mod we are talking about. Even the second mod will be opening with the negative sign. So this will be becoming cos x multiplied by minus sin x over here. That is minus 2 sin x cos x it will be becoming. That is not at all equal to 0. So if it is not equal to 0, that will not be the part of our solution. This quadrant is not feasible for us. So let's talk about the fourth quadrant. 3 pi by 2 is less than x less than 2 pi we are knowing. So in the fourth quadrant, guys, you might be remembering cos will be positive, sec will be positive, everything else will be negative. So the first mod will be opening with negative sign over here. And the second mod, the cos is positive. So it will be opening with plus sign over here. And the second mod will be opening with the minus sign over here. So this will be becoming sin x cos x minus sin x cos x, that is 0. So even fourth quadrant is the part of our solution. Fourth quadrant is part of our solution. Even this is also the part of our solution. Second quadrant is part of our solution. Now we are not given with both the things. We have been given with one thing. So guys, how do we represent positive x-axis? By 2 and pi we represent positive x-axis. If I will come up pi by 2, I will increase positive x-axis by pi by 2. I will come upon positive y-axis. And positive y-axis we may write like 2n pi plus pi by 2 it will be. 2n pi plus pi by 2 it will be. Should be less than x, should be less than 2n pi plus pi written over here. So this way we'll be able to get the value of x belongs to what? So can you see what is written over here? 2n pi plus pi is written over here. Not this one. Let's see which one will be the perfect answer for this thing. Guys, one more way. We may do what? This is the x-axis we are having. So don't write it like 2n pi. Just write it as n pi over here. Because n pi plus pi by 2 will be moving on to negative y-axis. And negative y-axis 2. Positive x-axis is also part of our solution. So which two things are part of our solution? This thing is part of our solution. This thing is part of our solution. And both are pi by 2 greater than x-axis. And x-axis is represented by us. How over here? By n pi x-axis will be represented by us over here. So n pi represents x-axis. Good evening Aditi. And then we are adding pi by 2 into x-axis to come upon either positive y-axis or to come upon negative y-axis. So x-axis, either positive x-axis or negative x-axis is represented by n pi over here. And we are adding pi by 2 to come upon positive y-axis or negative y-axis. Now what we have to do? We have to start from here and go up to where? We have to go up to, like if we are at positive y-axis, we have to go up to negative x-axis. So we would have to add what? Pi over here. And if we are at negative x-axis, we have to go up to negative y-axis, we have to go up to positive x-axis. So if we were at positive y-axis, we went on to negative x-axis. And if we were at negative y-axis, we went on to positive x-axis. That is what and all we have covered over here. We have covered second as well as fourth quadrant over here. We have covered second as well as fourth quadrant over here. So the final answer will be becoming, let's take 2 as pi by 2 as a common over here. 2n plus 1 pi by 2 is less than x is less than 2n plus 2 times of pi by 2. We multiplied and divide by 2. Good evening Devansh. So we would have to mark which option over here? Option B will be the right answer for this question. That is what we are talking about, second as well as fourth quadrant. So second as well as fourth quadrant is represented by this expression written over here in the form of general solution. And how we are representing it? In x-axis, we are adding pi by 2 to come upon y-axis, and in that x-axis, we are adding pi to come back upon x-axis. That's it. Is it clear to all of you? Just comment yes sir in chat box if it is clear to you. Good evening all of you. Is this thing clear to you? Great Brajendra. What about the remaining students? Great Ojas. Great Shreya. Great Varinyam. What about others? Great Shruti. Great Hanai. Great Mansi. Great Manu. What about others? Are you guys getting what we are doing? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Now they are asking when f of x will be negative, that is less than 0. So guys, quantity will be less than 0. For that also we would be going to check over here. Again ASTC rule we are knowing. So in the second and fourth quadrant it is 0. So we need not to consider second and fourth quadrant now. And we have to consider what? First and third quadrant over here. So the first quadrant will be definitely positive because all trigonometric ratios are positive. So we would have to write what? Third quadrant over here. We would have to check for third quadrant over here. So in third quadrant, what does it mean? Pi is less than x is less than 3 pi by 2 will be the value of third quadrant. And in third quadrant, if we are going to talk about the function is what? F of x we are knowing. Sin x mod cos x plus cos x multiplied by mod sin x. And guys, sin x is positive or negative? Negative it will be in third quadrant. Mod cos x will be positive in third quadrant. Cos x is negative in third quadrant. Mod sin x will be positive in third quadrant. Anuj Tiwari, good evening. I am from MP Indore. Okay, I am also from Ujjain. How do you know me, Anuj? Now negative multiplied by positive we are doing. It will be a negative quantity. And negative multiplied by positive we are doing. It's a negative quantity. And negative plus negative we are doing. It will be a negative quantity. So the finally answer will be what? It will be a negative quantity. Negative quantity means what? F of x will be less than 0. For which thing f of x will be less than 0? Guys, for the second quadrant f of x will be less than 0. So how to generally represent the second quadrant? Generalized representation of second quadrant. Now we would have to talk about how we could represent it over here. Guys, so 2n pi represents what? 2n pi represents positive x-axis. Positive x-axis. And in that positive x-axis, if I will add up pi over here, I will come upon negative x-axis. This is representing what? Negative x-axis. Now this should be less than x and x should be less than 2n pi plus 3 pi by 2. Now why 3 pi by 2? Guys, this 2n pi represents what? Okay, this 2n pi represents what? X-axis, positive x-axis. And 3 pi by 2 represents what? Negative y-axis. So means 3 pi by 2 in positive x-axis we are adding 3 pi by 2 to reach upon negative y-axis. So we are reaching up to negative y-axis from negative x-axis. That means which quadrant we have covered over here? We have covered third quadrant over here. So third quadrant was only part of our solution. So what we may take common over here? We may get common. So 2n pi, 2n plus 1 pi is less than x is less than 4n plus 3 times of pi by 2 will be the final answer for this question. Okay, great Anuj. So which option should be marked by us? Option C will be the right answer for this question. Comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Hello everyone. Is this thing clear to all of you? Hello my dear students. Is this thing clear to you? Great Shreya. What about remaining students? Are you guys understanding what we are doing? Great Shruti. Great Anai. What about others? Are you guys getting? Great Pranav. Great Manu. So let's move on to the next question. It is based upon maximum and minimum value. So guys, here 3 questions are covered. Hiddenly we'll be going to solve 3 questions over here. So what is the maximum and minimum value of an expression written over here? The expression is what? 7 plus 6 tan theta minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta they are asking. So tan theta is what we are knowing. We'll be going to change it in the form of sine and cos only. Question is 7 plus 6 tan theta minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is asked to us. So we'll be going to write it like 7 plus 6 cos theta divided by sin theta, not cos upon sin, sin upon cos is the value of tan we are knowing, that is sin theta upon cos theta minus sin square theta divided by cos square theta, it will be whole divided by 1 plus sin square theta divided by cos square theta, it will be. Now taking LCM in numerator, cos square theta gonna come over here and it will be becoming 7 cos square theta plus 6 sin theta cos theta minus sin square theta, it will be whole divided by sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1 we are knowing. So 1 divided by cos square theta, it will be cos square theta will get cancelled. Now we do know one concept. cos square theta minus sin square theta is cos 2 theta we are knowing. Plus 6 cos square theta will be going to come over here. 3 multiplied by 2 sin theta cos theta will be written over here. So this is cos 2 theta we are knowing. Guys, we do know 2 cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Cos 2 theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta, or cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. You might be remembering this thing. So we may write 6 times of 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2 over here, plus 3 sin 2 theta it will be. Now we got an expression in the form of sin and cos only, and it is quite easy to be solved by us, because we are knowing the maximum and minimum value of a sin theta plus b cos theta, the generalized format of that thing. So this is the final expression, we got it over here. Now 3 sin theta plus nothing, 3 sin theta we are having, 3 sin 2 theta we are having, 3 cos 2 theta plus cos 2 theta we are having, 4 cos 2 theta we are having, plus 3 we are having. So guys, what will be the auxiliary argument? Square root of 3 square plus 4 square we would have to multiply and divide it with. So we divide it with the square root of 3 square plus 4 square in the first two terms written over here, and multiply it with the square root of 3 square plus 4 square in the first two terms written over here. That means what? 5 times of 3 by 5 sin 2 theta plus 4 by 5 cos 2 theta it will be, plus 3 is written over here. Now proceeding further, we gonna write it like sine of 37 degree, or we may bring it in the form of cos of 53 degree. You might be remembering one triangle in that opposite to 53 degree we have side length 4, opposite to 37 degree we have side length 3. This is 90 degree, opposite to 90 degree we have side length 5 over here. So this 3 by 5 will be becoming what? Cos of 37 degree. Sine of 37 degree we may write, or cos of 53 degree we may write. Cos 53 degree sin 2 theta plus sin 53 degree cos 2 theta it will be, plus 3 will be written by us over here in the form of question we have, or sine of 2 theta plus 53 degree is written over here, multiplied by 5 plus 3 we have. The minimum and maximum value of this is plus 1 and minus 1. So 5 multiplied by minus 1 to plus 1 plus 3 will be the final answer. That is minus 5 to plus 5 plus 3 will be the maximum and minimum value. That means what? Minus 2 to 8. And that are the values of lambda and mu they gave. The value of lambda and mu were the same thing. So lambda will be becoming minus 2 and mu will be becoming 8 over here. Lambda is minus 2 and mu is 8 it will be, because they told what? The lambda and mu respectively, the maximum and minimum value. So lambda will be 8 and mu will be minus 2. Lambda is 8 and mu is minus 2. So lambda plus mu will become what? Lambda plus mu will become 6 over here. And lambda minus mu will become what? 10 over here. So let's see which and all option is going right over here. Guys, option R is going right over here. Option S is also going right over here. Lambda plus mu is 6 and lambda minus mu is 10. For the first sub part of this question, R and S options will be right. Comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Quickly comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Great, Brijendra. What about remaining students? Great, Shreya. What about others? Are you guys getting? Great, Shruti. Great, Anai. Great, Manu. Great, Ojas. Great, Pranav. Stop commenting, Pranav. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. What is the statement given over here? If maximum and minimum value of 5 cos theta plus 3 cos, this is the statement, 5 cos theta plus 3 cos of theta plus pi by 3 plus 3 for all real thetas are lambda and mu. Maximum is lambda and minimum is mu, we are knowing. They are again asking lambda plus mu, lambda minus mu. So you would have to write like 5 cos theta plus 3 times of cos theta cos pi by 3 minus sin theta sin pi by 3. Because we do know the formula for cos of a plus b cos a cos b minus sin a sin b plus 3 it will be. So 5 cos theta will be written over here, 3 multiplied by 1 by 2 cos theta minus root 3 by 2 sin theta plus 3 it will be. Now 5 plus 3 by 2 will be becoming what? 13 by 2 cos theta. And 5 minus 3 root 3 by 2 sin theta will be minus 3 root 3 by 2 sin theta plus 3. Now again we would have to compare it with a cos theta plus b sin theta. And the maximum and minimum value of that thing we are already remembering, square root of a square plus b square with the minus sign in front of it will be the minimum value. And the maximum value will be square root of a square plus b square will be. So what is the a value we are knowing? 13 by 2. What is the b value we are knowing? Minus 3 root 2 by 2. So you would have to square the value of a and the value of b. And that will be becoming a square plus b square is 169 by 4 plus 18 upon 2. That is 196 divided by 18 upon 4. That is 196 divided by 4. That will be 14 by 2 will be the square root of this thing. When square root of a square plus b square we are going to talk about 14 upon 2, that is 7 will be the value of this thing. So we got minus 7 to plus 7 over here. Along with this, what do we have? Plus 3 also we have. So the values will be ranging from minus 4 to 10 over here. So the value of lambda will be becoming what? 10 over here, and nu will be becoming what? Minus 4 over here. So lambda plus nu will be becoming 6 and lambda minus nu will be becoming 14. 14 and 6 are the value of lambda plus mu and lambda minus mu. So lambda minus mu is 14. That is option T it will be, and lambda plus mu is 6, that is R it will be. So for this one we would have to mark R and T over here. Just comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Start commenting yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Hello everyone, are you guys getting? Great Shreya. What about others? What about others? Great Ojas, great Bijendra. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. What has been given to us? Great Manu. 1 plus sin pi by 4 plus theta plus 2 cos pi by 4 minus theta. 1 plus sin pi by 4 plus theta plus 2 cos pi by 4 minus theta. And they are asking the maximum and minimum value of this expression. So we do know the formula for sin a plus b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b plus 2 times of cos a minus b cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Now proceeding further, we'll be going to simplify it. So we'll be going to get what? 1 plus cos theta by root 2 plus sin theta by root 2 plus 2 by root 2 times of cos theta it will be plus 2 by root 2 times of sin theta will be. So 3 by root 2 sin theta, 3 by root 2 cos theta we will get over here. So 1 plus 3 by root 2 times of sin theta plus cos theta we have. We will supply root 2 inside the bracket because that is forming a formula. So 1 plus 3 times of 1 by root 2 times of sin theta plus 1 by root 2 times of cos theta we have. That will be generating what? Sin theta cos 45, that is pi by 4, plus cos theta sin 45, that is sin of pi by 4. And that will be a formula with maximum and minimum value ranging from -1 to +1. So this is 1 plus 3 times of sine of theta plus pi by 4, and that is ranging from -1 to +1. So 1 plus 3 times of -1 to +1. And that will be becoming 1 plus -3 to +3. That will be becoming -2 to 4. -2 to 4. That will be the value of this expression ranging from. So the lambda will be becoming 4 over here and nu will be becoming -2 over here. So the lambda plus nu thing will be becoming 2 over here and lambda minus nu thing will be becoming 6 over here. So which and all options will be going right? Guys, P and Q will be right answer for this question. Pth and Qth option will be the right answer for this sub part of the question. Hope you guys would have got my point. Comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Every time we are applying same concept, that maximum value of a sin theta plus b cos theta is square root of a square plus b square, and minimum value of a sin theta plus b cos theta is minus times square root of a square plus b square. Great Shreya. What about others? Great Manu. Great Brijendra. What about others? Are you guys getting what we are doing? Now guys, we are starting with the new chapter, that is Trigonometric Equations. That is also the part of trigonometry, but trigonometry phase 2 it is, not phase 1, phase 2. And phase 3 will be what? Solutions of triangle. So all the things will be going to do one after the other. The number of solutions of the equation. The question is what? Good evening Asmit. Number of solutions of the equation cos theta cos pi theta is equal to 1 is given to us. Cos theta cos pi theta is 1. They are asking. So guys, cos theta belongs from where to where? It belongs from -1 to +1. And product of two numbers if it is 1. That means what? One number should be reciprocal of the other number. Or both the numbers should be 1. Or both the numbers should be -1. But we can't get the reciprocal of numbers in between 0 and 1 in the range of -1 to +1. Or reciprocal of numbers in between -1 to +1. Reciprocal of numbers lying between -1 to +1 never comes between -1 to +1. You might be clear. This might be clear to all of you. So that means definitely first number should be 1 and second number should be 1, or first number should be -1 and second number should be -1 for the final result to be 1. Hope you guys would have got my point. That means what, my dear students? Cos theta should be 1 and at the same time cos of pi minus theta should be 1. This is the case 1 you would have to consider over here. And the case 2 would be what? Cos theta will be 1 and at the same time cos of pi theta is -1 and cos of pi theta is also -1. Now you might be wondering, sir, how to proceed further. So cos theta if it is 1, that means cos theta is equal to 2n, cos of 2n pi it will be. That means what? Theta is equal to 2n pi it will be. And cos of pi theta, and cos of pi theta if it is 1, that means cos of 2n pi it will be. Or pi theta will be equals to 2n pi it will be. So the first thing what we can see over here, that theta is 2n pi, and in the second thing guys, pi and pi gonna get cancelled with one another. So theta is 2 pi written over here, 2n written over here. So we will start taking intersection by keeping n is equal to 0. So theta will become what? 0 over here, and theta will become what? 0 over here. But as soon as we will keep n is equal to 1 or any other integer, n belongs to where? Integer. So intersection will be what? Intersection of this as well as this will be becoming null over here. Theta is equal to 2n is written. So theta 2n pi, theta 2n, intersection will become null except n is equal to 0. We will get one intersection, that is 0. Now let's come upon to the second thing. We have cos theta is equal to -1. That means what? Cos theta is cos of 2n pi it would not be. Actually no, -1 means what? N pi it will be, not n pi. 2n pi plus pi we may write. 2n pi plus pi we may write. And at the same time cos of pi theta if it is 1, we may write cos of 2n pi plus pi it will be. Because in x-axis we are adding pi to reach upon negative x-axis. There cos theta becomes what? -1. So theta will become what? 2n pi plus pi over here. And at the same time pi theta will become what? 2n pi plus pi over here. So theta will become what? 2n plus 1 over here. And theta will become what? 2n pi plus 2n plus 1 times of pi over here. So guys, now even if we will keep n is equal to 0, the first thing will be becoming what? Pi it will be becoming, and the second thing will be becoming what? 1 it will be becoming. So the intersection thing will be becoming what? 5 over here. And for all other n belongs to integer, the intersection thing will be becoming what? 5 over here. That means what? How many solutions this equation have? Only one and only one solution, that is theta is equal to 0 is the solution of this equation. So we would have to mark option C, because the first case we got one intersection as the result, second case we got no intersections as the result. Please comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Hello everyone, is this thing clear to you? Great Smith, what about others? Hello guys, great Shreya, great Ojas, great Brijendra. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. This is very important one, very important question. So what is marked over here? This is greatest integer function of sin x. Then sin x plus greatest integer function of sin x plus sin x plus greatest integer function of sin x plus greatest integer function of sin x. 1/3 in front of it is y. Okay, great, wonderful. Guys, once we would have got the value of y, this is written what? Greatest integer function of y is written, and y plus greatest integer function of y's greatest integer function is written, is 2 cos x written over here. So the most important thing is what? Greatest integer function of y will belong to where? Integer only. It will be having answer as integer, and y plus integer if we are doing. Okay, so greatest integer function of y will be lying from where to where? Let us suppose the y is lying from an integer n less than y is less than n plus 1, and if we are computing greatest integer function of y, that will be becoming n over here. So if y is lying from n is less than equal to y is less than n plus 1, greatest integer function of y becomes n over here. So what is written over here? Y plus n is written, and its greatest integer function we are talking about. So that will become what? This is something greater than n we are having, and less than n plus 1 we are having. In that we are adding n over here in this interval, because this is y we are knowing, and greatest integer function of this we are taking. That means what? 2n is less than something which we are talking about is less than 2n plus 1 we are talking about, and its greatest integer function we are talking about. So that will be becoming what? 2n over here. That means what? Greatest integer function of y plus y greatest integer function if we are talking about, that will be becoming 2 times the greatest integer function of y. So guys, we got very wonderful property. That means what? Greatest integer function of y plus greatest integer function of y plus greatest integer function of y plus greatest integer function of y, like this if it is written over here. This is closed, this is closed, this is closed, and even that is closed. Can anybody comment it in chat box? What will be achieved by us over here when we were getting the value of greatest integer function of y plus greatest integer function of y, greatest integer as 2 times the greatest integer function of y over here? What will be going to get the value of this thing written over here? Can anybody comment in chat box? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, what will be going to get? When 2 time we were getting 2y, greatest integer function y. So for 4 time what will be going to get? Tell me please, what are you gonna get over here? Hello everyone, please comment it in chat box. What we gonna get over here? Anybody who can tell me? Guys, you're gonna get 4 times the greatest integer function of y over here. Now one more example I am giving it to you. You just tell me what we will be going to get over here. If it is written like y plus greatest integer function of y plus greatest integer function of y. Now tell me what you will be going to get over here if it is written like this. If it is given to you like this, tell me what will be going to get over here. The final result in the form of greatest integer. 3 times the greatest integer function of y it will be becoming. 3 times the greatest integer function of y it will be becoming. So we got this property. We'll be going to make use of this thing. Great Asmit, great Tanvi, great Manu. So we'll be going to write what? 2 times the greatest integer function of y will be becoming 2 cos y. Because what is the equation given to you? This was the equation given to you. So 2 times greatest integer function of y will be becoming 2 cos y. Or my dear students, cos y will be becoming greatest integer function of y. Now you are already knowing one thing, that greatest integer function always belongs to integer. That will give you an answer, that will be an integer. Now guys, similarly we'll be going to solve this thing. Can anybody tell me what it will be going to be written by us over here? This expression written over here. Sin x is written for 3 times. So what will be the final value of y over here? What do we have y? 1 by 3 greatest integer function of sin x plus greatest integer function of sin x plus greatest integer function of sin x. Tell me what will be the final answer. Just tell me this much value. The value of this much thing. The right marked thing over here. What will be the final value of this thing? Comment it in chat box. What will be the final value of this thing? Very nice, Tanvi. 3 times greatest integer function of sin x will be. So y will be becoming 1 by 3 times of greatest integer function of sin x will be. So 3 and 3 gonna get cancelled over here. Yeah, very nice. So y will be becoming greatest integer function of sin x. So guys, we got 2 expressions over here that are very precious to be implemented by us. This is not y, my dear students. This is x, okay? This is x over here. So we got 2 expressions. Get greatest integer function of y is cos x we are knowing. And y's greatest integer function of sin x we are knowing. Is it clear to all of you? Now they are asking how many solutions this expression will have. So guys, greatest integer function of sin x if we are talking about, guys, sin x lies from where to where? -1 is less than or equal to x. Sin x is less than or equal to 1. You might be remembering. Is it remembered by all of you? -1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1 in case of sin x. So greatest integer function of sin x can become either -1 or 0 or +1. Hope you guys would have got my point. That means what? Y may become -1, y may become 0 or y may become 1. Y may become -1, y may become 0 or y may become 1. And that y itself is kept by us over here. That y itself is kept by us over here. That means if it is -1, greatest integer function of that will become -1 is equal to cos x will be becoming. And 0 is equal to cos x will be becoming. And 1 is equal to cos x will be becoming. Now you might be wondering when y will be becoming -1, when y will be becoming 1. So guys, y will be becoming -1 if sin x lies from -1 to 0. So greatest integer function of sin x will become what? -1 over here. If 0 is less than or equal to sin x is less than 1 we are knowing, greatest integer function of sin x will become what? 0 over here. And if sin x itself is 1, then y will become what? Greatest integer function of sin x will become what? 1 over here. So till here you would have got my point. This is the value of y, this is the value of y, this is the value of y. Now guys, whenever sin x lies from -1 to +1, we'll be going to draw the graph of sin x and cos x at a time. At a time we'll be going to draw the graph of sin x and cos x. For that we'll be going to change the orientation of page. So we'll be going to check for the smallest interval when sin x is lying from -1 to +1 and cos x at the same time we'll be going to take it over here and we'll see whether the things are holding good or not. So guys, sin x is drawn by us like this. This is the interval minus pi by 2. This is pi by 2. It is coming from -1 to +1 and everything has been covered by us. Now let's draw cos x also at the same time over here. So cos x starts from 1, comes up to 0, goes in this negative direction, and over here it is like this. So what is the interval in which we can find out their common portion? That is, they are like hovering over the complete interval. Guys, we are having -1 to +1 in the case of cos x from here to here. Here to here means what? Let me mark it as red. This thing, -1 to +1. And we are having -1 to +1 in case of sin x from -π/2 to +π/2. Now, if it is becoming 0 over here, in case -1 over here, so for that, the interval would be what? For sin x greatest integer function to become -1 over here, sin x could have lied in between -1 and 0. Sin x would have lied in between -1 and 0. That means what? X would have lied in between -π/2 to 0 over here. And if it is becoming -1, greatest integer function of -1 is becoming cos x. And cos x is becoming -1. Can you see cos x is becoming -1 in between -π/2 to 0? Cos x is becoming what? 0 to 1. Cos x is becoming what? 0 to 1. So that means this is not at all a part of our solution. Now let us suppose if it is becoming 0 over here. So greatest integer function of sin x is becoming 0. That means what? Sin x is lying from where to where? 0 to 1. That means this interval sin x is lying in. That means x is lying from presented by me. Hello everybody. Can you guys see the screen presented by me? Just comment yes in chat box if it is visible to you. Great. So if we are talking about x lying in between 0 to π/2, greatest integer function of sin x will be becoming 0 over here. But the cos x value will be becoming what? 0. And the cos x value, if it is becoming 0, here value of cos x is what? 1 to 0 it is coming. 1 to 0 it is coming. So that is also not at all a part of our solution. And if we are talking about x is equal to π/2. X is equal to π/2 itself if we are talking about. So sin x will be becoming what? 1 over here. Greatest integer function of sin x will become what? 1 over here. So this is not part of our solution. So cos x will become what? 1 over here. Guys, sin x as well as cos x cannot become 1 at a time. So this is also not part of our solution. So how many solutions we gonna get over here? 0 solutions. Just comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Comment a yes in chat box guys if it is clear to you. Guys, because concurrently means at the same time. Instant means simultaneously both the things are not holding good. That greatest integer function of y becomes equal to cos x and sin x, greatest integer function of sin x becomes y. Guys, simultaneously these two things are not holding good. That y becomes greatest integer function of sin x and greatest integer function of y becomes cos x. That's why it is having no solution. Great Shreya, great Ojas, great Brijendra, great Manu. So let's move on to the next question. That is very interesting, very nice question over here. Guys, what is the value of a for which the equation? What is the equation? 4 cos x square pi multiplied by a plus x is equal to 4a minus a square we would write. Has real solution is they are asking. So we'll be going to talk about the value of cos x square. Cos x square pi multiplied by a plus x will be becoming a square minus a square by 4. And whenever we are talking about cos x square of anything, that will be greater than or equal to 1 because cosec of anything, cosec of theta belongs from minus infinity to minus 1 closed union, closed 1 to infinity. So cosec of square theta will be belonging from closed 1 to infinity. That means what? This thing is greater than or equal to 1. That means what? This thing is greater than or equal to 1. That means what? A square. Guys, 4a square. This is not a square guys. This is 4a only. This is 4a only. So this was 4a. So it will become a only over here. We have divided by 4 throughout. So a minus a square by 4 is greater than or equal to 1 we will be going to get over here. Now using this expression we may get the value of a in this thing. So 4a minus a square is greater than or equal to 4 it will be. Or a square minus 4a plus 4 will be less than or equal to 0 it will be. Or a square minus 2 into 2, 2 into a into 2 we may write. Plus 2 square is less than or equal to 0 it will be. Or a minus 2 the whole square is less than or equal to 0 it will be. But guys, whole square is greater than or equal to 0 of a real number. So at the same time, we will be going to talk about a minus 2 will become what? 0 and 0 only. That means what? A will become 2 and 2 only. So what has been asked to you has a real solution, and that solution will be becoming what? C. Hope you guys would have got my point. Just comment a yes in chat box if it is clear to you. 2 more questions remaining, guys. Comment a yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Great Shreya, great Ojas. What about others? Greater Smith. What about others? Great Manu. So let's move on to the next question. The equation tan of mod x, not mod of tan x, and that are exactly same thing only. Tan of mod x if we are talking about, or mod of tan x if we are talking about, is equal to tan x is given to you. So guys, we do know the graph of tan x, we do know the graph of tan of mod x, because we have studied the graphical transformations. So first and foremost thing, we'll be going to draw the graph of tan x over here. With the different colors we'll be going to draw, so that the number of solutions can easily be counted by us. So guys, in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, tan x can be drawn by us like this. You might be remembering. And tan of mod x, if they are talking about, let's change the color. The positive thing will be drawn as it is over here. So definitely it will have infinite solution. Till here only we got many solutions. And since we are making negative as positive, so it will come up. Whatever was going down will come up. That means what? This is the graph of tan of mod x. And the below curve is graph of tan of x over here. And if tan of mod x is becoming equal to tan of x for minus 2 pi to 2 pi. So this is what line we are knowing? Pi by 2 we are knowing. This is which line we are knowing? Minus pi by 2 we are knowing. Now proceeding further, we'll be going to draw one more curve over here like this. This is the curve we drew. And after minus pi by 2, we're gonna get more pi by 2, that is pi, that is 3 pi by 2. And similarly over here also we'll be going to get a curve like this. So guys, easily you could see that the pink colored picture, this is the red colored, we have drawn with the black colored now. And the pink colored picture will be going to come and overlap upon the black colored picture or the red colored picture. So if it is overlapping completely, that means how many solutions will be having? Will be having infinitely many solutions. Like this, it is overlapping, no? The pink colored and black colored or red colored is having how many points of intersection? They are completely overlapping. Has exactly 4 solutions, not at all right. Had exactly 8 solutions, not at all right. Infinite solutions is the right answer. This is also not right. Has the set minus 5 pi by 2 to minus 2 pi as a solution? Not at all. So guys, which answer should be marked by us over here? Option C. Hope you guys would have got my point. Comment yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Just comment a yes in chat box if it is clear to you. Great Smith. What about others? Great Shreya. Great Manu. Great Ojas. So let's move on to the next question. The greatest possible value of tan of x plus 2 pi by 3. Tan of x plus 2 pi by 3 minus tan of x plus pi by 6 plus cos of x plus pi by 6 in an interval minus 5 pi by 12 to minus pi by 3. They are asking it to us. So how we could write the value of x plus 2 pi by 3? Transforming it, we'll be going to write it like tan of pi minus pi by 3 will become 2 pi by 3 plus x written over here. Then tan of pi minus pi by 3 minus x it will be becoming. And tan pi minus theta is minus tan theta we are knowing, minus tan pi by 3 minus x it will be becoming. So guys, why I am bringing it in this format, you might be wondering. I just wanted to make the x thing over here in that interval. In that interval means what? Minus 5 pi by 12 to minus pi by 3 along with this thing, so that the things may become easier. Now the next thing, we'll be going to transform it. X minus x plus pi by 6 we have. So that can be written by us as tan pi by 2 minus pi by 3. If one thing we got in the form of tan over here, let's bring the other thing in the form of cot over here, so that AMGM something such sort of things can be used by us. So tan of pi by 2 minus x we will be going to write, plus x we have. Now tan pi by 2 minus we may get common. Then pi by 3 minus x will be remaining. Tan 90 minus theta is cot theta we are knowing. So cot of pi by 3 minus x it will be. Hope you guys would have got my point. Now what is the last thing we are remaining with? X plus pi by 6 we are remaining with. So that will be writing like cos of pi by 2 minus pi by 3 will be generating pi by 6. Plus x we are having cos 90 cos of pi by 2 minus pi by 3 minus x will be over here. Guys, can you see we got pi by 3 minus x over here also? Over here also. And now over here also we'll be going to get same thing. Cos 90 minus theta is sine of pi by 3 minus x we are knowing. So the transformed equation will be becoming, the last thing we got what? With the plus sign. And it was having plus sign. So that will be sine of pi by 3 minus x will be written by us. The first thing we got with the minus sign, and it was there with the plus sign. So minus of tan of pi by 3 minus x will be. And the second thing we were having with minus sign, and we got it with the plus sign. So minus cot of pi by 3 minus x it will be. Is it clear to all of you? Now proceeding further, guys, we'll be going to write it like sine pi by 3 minus x outside the bracket. Then minus can be taken common by us. Tan pi by 3 minus x plus cot pi by 3 minus x. And guys, you might be already remembering one thing, that the minimum value of this thing, what has been asked to us? The greatest possible value of expression. So to get the greatest possible value for this expression, we would have to maximize the value of tan, because tan is ever increasing function we are knowing. Cot is also an increasing, sine is an increasing function in that interval which we are talking about. So we'll be going to keep x is equal to minus pi by 3 over here. So the thing will be becoming what? Sine pi by 3 minus pi by 3, sine 2 pi by 3 minus tan 2 pi by 3 plus cot 2 pi by 3. And tan 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by root 3 it will be. This will be minus root 3. With the help of tan of pi minus pi by 3 will be minus tan pi by 3, and tan cot of pi minus pi by 3 that will be minus cot pi by 3. Sine 2 pi by 3 will be becoming sine of pi by 3, that is root 3 by 2 we are knowing, and minus sign in front of it. So root 3 by 2 plus 1 plus 3 by root 3 we will have over here. That will be becoming 3 plus 8 upon 2 root 3. That will be 11 upon 2 root 3. That will be 11 root 3 upon 6 will be the final answer for this question. So let's see if we have any option like this. Guys, option D will be the right answer for this question. Just comment a yes in chat box if it is clear to all of you. Guys, from next question onwards, we'll be continuing in next class. If anybody has any doubt, please ask it to me. Great, Smith. What about others? It has been an hour by now. What about others? Are you guys getting? Great, Manu. Great, Shreya. What about others? Okay, guys. So go through the video again. If you have any doubt, you may get back to me. Bye, guys. Take care, all of you. Good night. Bye. Good night. Take care, all of you. Welcome. Take care.